Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the special City Council meeting of Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. Let the record show all councilors are present with the exception of Councilor Faso and Councilor Bayless. At this time, we will do Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could I have approval of the agenda?
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Move on to the consent agenda. Approve accounts payable checks number 179848 dated April 22nd, 2025 in the amount of $8,629.76. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read and published.
We have a motion by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman.
Support.
Support by Councilor Hildebrand. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We'll move at this time on to department committee reports. First up, City Administrator, Mr. Brzezinski. Welcome.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, thank you so much. So just to kind of get things rolling here, we have 3 action items for the City Council. And as a point of reference for our residents, the 3 action items are all related to the same property. The first item will be a purchase agreement for the facility that we jointly own with MnDOT and St. Louis County, commonly known as the Central Range Public Works Facility. We'll do a plat exemption, and then remember we have an agreement with MnDOT and with St. Louis County on operations when it comes to that facility. So we'll need to do an amendment to that. That'll be the 3rd action item. So I just wanted to get that in front of our residents so they kind of understand what we're doing here and can follow along. So item number 1, I would offer up Resolution 250421, approving the memorandum and condition of sale for the Public Works Facility. And just again, to try to get a point of reference for our audience, it's a purchase agreement. And what we're proposing to do, the city would buy out a portion of St. Louis County's ownership in the building and the real estate. The real estate, there's actually 3 parcels there. And then MnDOT would buy out a portion, so we would become equal partners with MnDOT on that property. So the overall cost of the property, $1.3 million. Our stake is $840,000, I think is the number. Jesse, did I get that right? $890,000. So that would buy us enough property to subdivide, which Pat will take care of that here shortly, to build our public safety building on. So that would be the fire hall, police department, and ambulance services. So with that, I'll try to answer any questions. Otherwise, City Council consideration and action would be appreciated.
Okay, hearing what Mr. Brzezinski had to say, wish of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Whitney.
Support.
Support by Councilor Schweberger. Any discussion or questions?
I was just going
Yes.
to make the comment that we did talk about this in detail in previous working sessions as well.
And that's a great point. Yes, we have. Our last discussion with our City Council was our workshop 2 weeks ago. So we've spent a lot of time internally on it, and then we've reported to the City Council several times, up to and including last week. So thank you.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Brzezinski. Now, building official, Mr. Green. Good evening, Pat.
Evening. Mayor and Council, this is a plat exemption request for the city of Hibbing. The applicant is proposing to divide 1 parcel into 2 parcels. The reason for this is to sell 1 parcel to the city of Hibbing for the future development of the public safety building. and that parcel would be owned by the city. The other parcel would still be owned by the county, MnDOT, and the city. The request meets all the conditions for plat exemption in the R1 zoning district. A legal survey was submitted. Both parcels will still front on a street. They'll have utilities in that street. And the Planning Commission recommended approval for this to the City Council.
Very good. Hearing what Mr. Green had to say regarding approval of a subdivision plat exemption, wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Councilor Hoffman Sockman, support by Councilor Schweberger. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Pat. Yeah. Mr. Przezinski, you'll handle C.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you, City Council. So the last action item this evening, authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign a joint powers contract amendment number 1 for the Central Range Public Works Facility between the state of Minnesota, St. Louis County, and the city of Hibbing. And in the packet, I did include the original agreement from 1996 or so, which I won't go through, but it does amend that original agreement. So, as I said previously, this agreement basically goes through operational items, who's doing what when it comes to things like janitorial services and capital improvements and that kind of thing. So because of the county divesting of their partnership in the building and the real estate, that'll change that agreement. I'm not planning to go through the entire amendment. I would point out a couple of things, and if you have questions, I'd be happy to address those, so please know that. This agreement, it's, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages long, talks about the term of the agreement. What I want to pull out there, item A, ownership interest. MnDOT and the city will each hold an undivided 1/2 interest in the property and the buildings when this is all said and done. Again, we've workshopped that with the city council. I know it's redundant, but I want our residents to know what we're doing here. I would point out to revision 5, which is the operation maintenance. Remember when we do the plat exemption, that's where our public safety building will be located. There's a building there that we will demolish. Once that building is demolished, that'll change the operational percentages. So MnDOT will go from a 15% to a 20%. The county, St. Louis County, will go from a 47% to a 42%, and actually our interest will stay at 38%. So I wanted to pull that out for the city council and our residents. Also in here, we try to capture some of the new operational things that we've agreed to. I would point to in revision 5, number 7, we did agree to allow St. Louis County to use one of our steel buildings. You know, they've got a lot of equipment to move out, and they're going to use that building for about 2 years as they build their new public works facility. I guess I really don't have anything else that would be substantial that I think would be of interest to our city council and our residents, but if the city council has questions or comments or would like to pull something out of here, please do so now if you would.
Okay, hearing what Mr. Przezinski had to say, and as noted by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman, a lot of these issues or discussion points in previous meetings. But at this point, is there any other clarification anybody needs from Mr. Przezinski? Thank you for a great presentation, Greg. And at that point then, I need wishes of the council.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Hildebrand, support by Councilor Schweberger. Any other discussion? I do have a couple questions. You said probably about 2 years for the county before their new public works building. They're about at the same place we are, really, with our public safety building. And then, so we're working with them on storage space for their equipment.
We are.
Okay. I just want to, I mean, they're really, really working with us to create this opportunity for us to move forward timely.
They've been
And
very professional and very accommodating.
And I just want to point that out to our residents, how good the county has been to work with, and thank them for that opportunity for us to move forward on a timely matter. So, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this point, I'll ask for adjournment.
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Hildebrand. Thank you. Good evening.